What if I take a break? What if I stop working just for a while? I haven't been to the beach in over a year. I didn't even realize how long it had been until I feel like my joy has begun to disappear from the things that I actually loved. I was sort of losing joy in my personal work, and that was not fun. Like, I wanted to feel that excitement. Also, being stuck in an apartment that I know no longer serves me also make me question why am I still there? My luggages keep increasing day by day and making the place look so stuffy and suffocating for me. I wasn't burnt out. Well, not exactly. I was just tired, I guess. Tired of doing work that felt like a checklist, tired of chasing productivity over peace. Like, heavy on that. I was slowly dreading my job, and my only escape was coloring. I just wanted to paint for nothing, no for content, even though that seems counterproductive because I'm literally painting all this as a content right now. But if you understand me on a much deeper level, more like it's not a content, it's not really uh client's work, it's just painting for nothing, basically, like just doing me, just creating something for myself. I came to the beach to find silence, to look at something other than a screen, to listen, to breathe, maybe even to color like I used to. I'm not running away from work. I'm just learning how to come back to it differently, honestly. More softly, more slowly, with intention, I guess. I have never been on a staycation, let alone like a full length vacation before. This is my first time ever. I literally had this trip planned last year, December, but due to some reasons, I ended up working all through December and I had to move the vacation, or should I say the staycation. And I'm so glad I moved it to March because it was exactly when I needed it the most. So I came with a friend and we had so much fun, relaxing, catching up, taking lots of pictures and videos together. Guys, the only time I was looking at my screen was when I was taking a picture or a video with it. I told my colleague that I was not going to be available that weekend. I told my clients I was not going to be available that weekend. I was literally choosing myself first and it was worth it. We had so much fun. The resort we booked is called Ziba Lagos. Guys, we had so much fun. The only thing that I think I was a bit disappointed with was the food. It was not the best, but it was affordable. So I guess that was the best they could do. And I and my friend actually planned to take sunset photos, but at the end of the day, we ended up sleeping off past that time. And by the time we woke up, it was already 10 p.m. Like, I cannot believe that we had so much planned for the sunset photos, but we could not do that. I brought along my camera, which I just got. I was so happy that we were able to like have those kind of memories together. It really made me feel happy. I don't think I've been that happy in a while, like that kind of fun happy. Before this vacation, the idea of creating a fashion coloring book was just almost a sketch in my mind. But something about this break, this quiet time, just made me realize how much I needed it. I had printed out a few pages to test what the line art would look like. I packed them with me on this trip just to color. And I even asked my friend to try them out. I wanted to see her interact with it and hear her thoughts. And this whole process kind of made the dream feel real. Like I was really going to create this book. I want this book to be more than a one time thing. I want to produce it properly on a much larger scale. And even though that scares me, the fear of putting money into something and not having enough people to buy it is really loud. But the peace I felt while coloring, I think that was louder. I recently started researching how to actually make this real, how to produce it. And I thought maybe I'll just outsource the entire thing, like give it to somebody else to create it for me. But then I got advice that changed everything. Someone told me if you care about this project, like you need to be present, not just hand it off. So now I am doing it myself. I'll get the paper, go to the printing company, oversee every step. But the truth is, printing in bulk can be risky. Mistakes happen, refunds don't always come. And if I want this to be something I'm proud of, I have to be in the room when it happens. This is more than a coloring book, it's a piece of joy, a return to myself. And I want this feeling to translate into every single page. It was so sad to leave, but we had to go back to our normal lives. And here we are, back to reality, guys. I don't know which one to do in this or this. This is a traditional Yoruba attire. I wanted the coloring book to have different ethnicity as well, like different tribes. So yeah, I did not just want it to be like a one-way thing. I also want to have like a part of Nigeria in it. So that was what I did. As for the coloring book, I want it to be able to withstand marker bleed or at least minimize it. This sample that I made is just a regular A4 printing paper. It is flimsy, it's not that thick, so it made my painting a little bit streaky. Not just a little bit, actually a lot more streaky. And I don't want to blame the paper entirely because I am also new to painting with markers. Alcohol markers in particular. I'm still learning. I just got the supplies, but I want people to be able to use pencil and marker in this coloring book without the markers bleeding excessively. Speaking on supplies, I don't think I've ever told this story on here, but when I first got into art, I literally could not afford any supplies, like zero. I was super artsy, always drawing, painting, not much of painting, but I was learning makeup at that time as well. Like, I'm the type of person to get interested in every single thing. I learned makeup, hairdressing, tailoring, beadwork, crochet. I did a lot of those crafty things. Basically, any creative thing that didn't require a ton of tools. And at that time, I was deep into learning makeup. And I remember one day looking at a rough sketch, fashion sketch that I made. And I was thinking, what if I painted it? So, guess what I used? My foundation. Yep. I had used my foundation to shade the skin and my eyeshadow palette to color the clothes. And I was so serious with it too. Like, my mom was so pissed because makeup was expensive then. I mean, it is still expensive now, but it wasn't cheap back then as well. Looking back now, it was funny, but that was me just finding a way to create. Like, even when I had nothing, I just knew I had to make something. And things really changed the day my mom gave me my first smartphone. She had gotten her phone replaced and gave me the one she used. It was a Samsung Note 2, and when I realized it had a pen, that was literally the game changer. That was when I realized that people actually make digital illustration, like you can make art on your phone. When I found out people could actually draw digitally, I had jumped right in. No fancy iPad, no Procreate, just a tiny screen and the stylus. The application that I used back then is called Autodesk Sketchbook. I started learning fashion illustration online. I would learn how to draw a dress, how to paint a dress. Everything I learned at the beginning stage of becoming a fashion illustrator, I learned from Zoe Young. She's a YouTuber here on YouTube. I might just leave a page in the description box. So you guys can check her out. She's the best when it comes to fashion illustration and design. As I got better as a fashion illustrator, I would get small gigs from here and there, and I was slowly making some change, and that made me really happy, honestly. And then I told my dad that I wanted a tablet, I wanted a bigger screen to draw on. After months of begging, he eventually bought me my first tablet, which was also a Samsung tablet as well. I started making more money when I was using the tablet. I was learning more. I was creating better illustrations until it got stolen and I had to get a replacement. That was really painful because at that time I was using my Samsung tablet as my phone because I kind of had to choose between having like a proper phone or a tablet to draw. And I ended up going with the tablet to draw and eventually it got stolen. Guys, I saved up to get my first iPad. Like I can't remember how much it cost me. I think it was around 400,000 naira. And I had saved up every penny and got it for myself. Like that's really a proud moment. I was in uni back then. I was probably in my third year or second year. I can't remember honestly. And in about 2 years, I'll be upgrading my iPad to the one I'm currently using right now, which is a much bigger one. I got this one for 750,000 naira. It's an iPad Pro 6th generation. It is not the latest one. I think it's a 2022 model, so I'm not entirely sure. But as at then, it was 750,000 naira. I don't know the current price now because I know that dollar has gone up. Things are not the same as when I got them now. But that was how much I got it for. Who would have known that getting a smartphone, my mom's Samsung Note 2, when I got it, was going to be the turning point of my life? Because now that I think about it, if she had not given me that phone, I don't think I would have gotten into fashion illustration like I have now. And I'm so grateful to her to this day. Like I always tell her, I'm going to be like, you made me start this thing professionally. Like, so if you've ever felt like you don't have what you need to start, just start with what you have. You never know where it might lead you. So back to the main agenda of this video. I hope this video inspires you to make space for play, even if you're a working creative. Because sometimes the best idea comes when you're not trying too hard. For me, this book is more than just illustration. It is a reflection of how I have found calm during chaos. Honestly. So yes, I am creating a fashion coloring book and I'm really excited to share it with you all. But more than anything, I hope watching this reminded you that your creative process doesn't have to be perfect at all. It just has to be honest. If you enjoyed the vibe of this vlog, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what helps you stay grounded and inspired. And if you're curious about the coloring book, definitely stay tuned. It's coming and it's going to be beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. And if you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or just needed to reset, I hope you can find your own version of a staycation too.